Okay, welcome. Today we're going to see this part of settlement pattern. So first of all, let's see what is settlement pattern. A settlement pattern is an arrangement and distribution of buildings within a specific area. This means that how the buildings are constructed at the specific area. Normally, settlement pattern is of three main types. We have a type number one, this one, which is a linear settlement pattern. And number two is nucleated settlement pattern. And number three is this one, dispersed settlement pattern. So starting with linear settlement pattern. What is linear settlement pattern? A linear settlement pattern is a settlement pattern formed in a long line. This means that the buildings are constructed in a long line, or the buildings are constructed following a straight path. The buildings are constructed following roads, and sometimes the buildings are constructed along a river course. So you can see some buildings along the road, or the buildings are constructed along a river course. So for example, we have a topographical map. This one here is a road, and you can see there is houses here. Every dot in the map represents houses or buildings. So you can see this one, these are the houses or buildings which are constructed along this road. So this type of houses or this type of pattern is called a linear settlement pattern. Another type is a nuclear settlement pattern. This is type number two. A nuclear or nucleated settlement pattern is a settlement pattern in which the buildings are constructed close to each other. You can see the buildings are constructed while they are close to each other, and normally this is seen in town areas. So for example, here in topographical map, you can see in this part there are so many buildings here, and the buildings are close to each other. You can see this part, we have so many dots in this part. Every single dot in this area represents a house or a building. So these types of settlement pattern where the buildings are very close to one another, it is called a nuclear or nucleated settlement pattern. And the last one, it is a dispersed settlement pattern, also known as scattered settlement pattern. This is a settlement pattern in which the buildings are built far from each other. In dispersed or scattered, the houses or buildings are built while they are far from each other. And also, you can see them on topographical map. Let's say this part. If you look at this part, there are a few houses. So this part on topographical map represent a dispersed or scattered settlement pattern because there are few houses here. We have few dots that represent houses, and they are far from each other. So we call this one a dispersed or scattered settlement pattern. Thank you for today. Thank you so much.